Hi everybody, welcome back to KC's Man Cave Mechanics. First video of the new year. It's been a little bit cold, so I've not been in the garage much, even though I've got a heater. Bit of a soft lad. But back in there now, and what I thought I'd start doing this year is a few little bits. I've still got lots to finish off, but I was intrigued about the handbrake, because on my Jaguar, the handbrake is on the door side of the driver's seat, same as the P1800. And it's one of those that you can pull up the handbrake and then the handle flops back down to the floor, so it gets out of the way. So I decided to take the handbrake lever off the 1800, which is here on the bench in front of me, and see if I could adapt it to do the same, because that would be a real bonus, not having a handbrake lever stuck up when you're trying to get in and out of the car. So here's the unit that I've removed from the car already in its completion. Getting it out, it's a few nuts and bolts, but it's a fairly easy job, apart from one little aspect, and that's this pin here that goes through. It was well rusted into the mounting holes. Took a little bit of levering out. The plate was bent, but I've managed to straighten that back up again. The interesting part is if you wangle the plate backwards and forwards like this to get the plate out, it doesn't work very well, because the plate is separate to the pin. It's just sort of riveted together. So it took a bit of doing and a lot of releasing fluid, shall we say, to get it out. But I thought I'd put it on the bench and I'd show you the components so that you can see yourself what it looks like. So this is what it looks like in entirety. There's the fulcrum pin there for the main handle. That's been took out, and that's goes into two what I would call top hat plastic bushers, and again original bushers, so heading on for 60 years old, and they're in great nick. Very little, if any, wear. This is the lever that connects to the levers that go into the underneath the car for actually pulling the cables. So that's what you pull on. That one just levers out like this. It's got a little T shape on it. So that goes into position. So that's there. Then there's the handbrake pull, as they call it, which is the toothed wheel that you latch onto when you're pulling your handbrake on. And again, you can see the teeth are in very good nick for its age. So these will all get cleaned up before it goes on. Then the lever itself, you can see inside is the actuating lever, which is operated by the button on the end. So I'll just show you that operation. There you go, that's how you lift the handbrake on and off. That's the bit I've got to sort of incorporate into how I drop this thing. And then the rest is a solid put together unit just for attaching that rod that actuates the actuating rod. Interesting little thing is that the end piece, if you still have it, is held on by a tiny little grub screw that goes in there, and it is tiny. So I'm very lucky that my end piece is in actually quite good nick. So I'm going to clean that up, and that will go back on again. No doubt if people get that, they could probably scan it and 3D print it if you haven't got one, but mine's okay, so that will go back on again. And then the rest I'm just going to clean up. Hopefully I can clean up and keep the original chrome. I don't want to do too much modernising, shall we say. I don't want it to look absolutely brand new. I want the car to be honest for its age. So that's where I am at the minute. So the next thing is to try and adapt the handbrake lever so that this section pulls up and then drops after the handbrake's on. So what I'm going to do is actually remove the same article, this unit from the Jaguar I've got outside, which is a Jaguar XKR or XK8. Mine's an XKR, but they're basically the same. And just see what the differences are, and see if I can make a mechanism around this area here that will allow it to drop back down and out of the way. I don't want to modify it too much, but I just think that would be a nice little aesthetic modification. And actually not just aesthetic, it'll be practical, because as I say, it gets the lever out of the way when you're climbing in and out of the car. So I'll be back on that one when I've done a little bit more research, but that's it for now, and let's hope this year is going to be a good year and I make a lot more progress with the car in a whole. But bye for now. Thanks for listening. Bye.